Ad Astra Abyssosk. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
the Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help? Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Towns are attacking the roots of the sacred sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Towns? On Narukami Island?
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target. The sacred sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already? Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Town's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them. Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters. The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work, but so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Towns has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation. You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Town appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter too much trouble overcoming them.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abyssosk. The sacred sakura's in danger again, huh? Who'd have thought? Keeping the sacred sakura...
You shall perish!
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryu Commission needed help! Come on, Traveler, you can take them!
Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no! Could also be A!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryo Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right? You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself? Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma. Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the rift hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kinda makes you feel invincible, doesn't it? Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask her to tell us more about Conria. This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey. But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops...
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can! The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you, there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath. You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in darkness. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They are merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But, look! None of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity. An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago. Yes, Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
Hey.
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever. When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for. As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth. I will never forget you and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
Suspected there are a load of rift hounds here too!
Leave them to me. There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go, no?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun! The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there. It's pitch black and loads of people have been injured.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay. And now the almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly... People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now, but to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh? Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself. I couldn't possibly have my guests fed...
Don't worry about it. Take a rest, We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No, no, no. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea...
I'm also feeling...
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord...
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time...
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning, they are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition. An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with. Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the...
It's all good, sir. She's actually...
Let us return.
He wouldn't have gone looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long, as was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate. Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself. The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably light-hearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Conria alone, without telling me. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me. Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat. And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Brother? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that he was somehow involved in the Kanria disaster?
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma and the fate of those closest to me. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last. Once again, please...
Hey!
Climb down! Illusion shattered! Now you shall perish!
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Illusion shattered! My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just we'll deal with the mon. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency? We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, man. They're coming.
Don't!
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the—
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now—
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now, just the sight of you appearing before us, this hope is the light that will guide—
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Honor guide you.
Fate is upon you! Inazuma shines eternal!
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never—
Thank you all.
Are you
I'm fine.
You fought phenomenally. It was true. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City and regroup with the generals.
When everyone sees the Almighty Shogun—
Well, what are you?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick—
Just leave it to us. But the Almighty Shogun, no matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma,
Thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this.
don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word. With you leading us, we will claim back—
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in dwelling on the result being that in the centuries since their sacrifice, you could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless. But even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks that even—
Thank you for your comforting words. I used to think just like that samurai. That I was first and foremost a warrior, but what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the thing. Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden Shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, the future will bring healing to the scars of the past. No matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is my promise. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time being. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to handle the follow-up work, such as investigating the origins of this incident and tending to the root system.
Alrighty then, let's move on. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over the place right now, huh? She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up! What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
body. I can't move it. It looks like the situation is more serious than I... No need. She is calling me. The time has come. I need to go to the cave.
Why? What's...
A battleground. We're finally here.
Whoa! Where'd the Torii Gate come from?
This is a place I once sealed off with my... It looks like she will no longer allow me to do with this body.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is...
Follow me.
Where are we Whoa. This place... Look! It's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the One Within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the One Within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice!
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the true... You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, you believe your... But have you really been enlightened with new ideas? I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait!
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my continued... As she indicates. Once I started... But inside a realm of consciousness... though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and Hei's showdown with the Shogun?
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun herself... I would not try to change her if it wasn't necessary.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want...
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the It inherits A's pain. The pain of inevitable loss. Every action undertaken is determination, courage, love. Only rules shall remain. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles. You wish to make yourself mine. I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni Maiden was cut down and disgraced. Your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth. Never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Inazuma shines eternal! Inferior. Strike dead! The kitsune sakura blossom that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Now ye shall perish! A fleeting shadow. Be gone! Pathetic. Weak. Pathetic. Be gone! Inazuma shines eternal! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Influence transcending. Torn to oblivion. Strike dead. Evasion is futile. Pathetic. Shine down. Weak. Be gone. Now you shall perish the land. Illusion shattered. Euthymia crumbles before.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, she was built to resist erosion. Her...
Then, does that mean this is...
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last. Months, years, centuries. And no 500 years ago. Here in the present, they... It is about time that I learn. I understand that. I fight for the everlasting future of... I vow to the subjects of during my absence. I place everything.
But this means...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked. Oh, what do we do? She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times, and has a history of rushing into difficult... What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. And then she... Yeah, we should help her out. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her win... Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad... Oh, but we also can't... Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice! Don't fail time on now! Oh, you're right! Who knows if she...
What? Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. You're all tangled up in another situation and need me to unravel it for you. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd have the patience to keep greeting them with a smile after the first few times.
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech, do you understand? Nitpick.
Oh, yeah! Something really big's happened! It's A! She...
Okay, I see. So, Ace decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle that doesn't even have an end. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. Presumes you know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start rushed into it without thinking? So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help? Who gave you that idea?
Is she playing dumb?
Aha, you're learning, little one. But all I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And from what I've heard,
Because Raiden Makoto is...
not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little difficult to explain things later on, that's all. First things first. Follow me to the entrance. Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how craft to the outsider. The realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location.
So, it's abstract?
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this. Everything is turbulent and disordered. This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much
What? Alright, well, I might see.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario. Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. I see. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinary. By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt will. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Well then, the door is open. Hop, I'll stay outside and provide what stability I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing.
That's enough chatter. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed? This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Your will today is as strong as it was back then. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the slightest hesitation. Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have my admiration too. You bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. An inevitability of fate, perhaps. Then, let this be our final duel, the conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? So you're finally willing to... Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the ocean and turn day into night. And the will they united, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever! There is no escape! Ruin, followed by blaze! Eternity is in my path! Shine down! This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was baseless, and I underestimated your spirit. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for sure. Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze of the myriad of expectant eyes that look to the light in the heavens. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Musou Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me, to encourage me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new and unfamiliar power. This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly understand and believe in her. When I clasped Musou Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. Makoto barely wielded a blade in her life, and yet her blade brings me closer to her. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from attempting to modify the rules. From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard you as a mere tool. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call growth. I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in the future. Do you say this because you have not yet reconciled yourself with your defeat? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be released. A convoluted way to reach you, but... well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time that you wouldn't have listened to a word I said. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait until you came to me. But... you never mentioned this to me. Everything happened so suddenly. I'm sorry. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time, to dissuade you from your pursuit of stillness. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere that any Archon could afford to ignore. In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, and I don't know what Inazuma has experienced in the meantime. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. And I'm sure you must have wanted to shed tears many times along the way. Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Something to soothe Inazuma's pain. Here, take it, before my last shred of consciousness fades away. But it is you who must take the most important step.
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her understanding of eternity is much more profound than mine. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you begin to touch on eternity, the concept of time becomes murky.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. So that was the turbulence I was sensing. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any problems. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my intuition tells me that the reason for everything, it's that seed.
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's power alone.
I know what you mean. Perhaps Makoto got a higher power involved in all of this. But whatever the explanation, her solution is what saved us all. Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up centuries ago by that disaster and the filth.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been there. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura.
No, but I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling the strings.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for how it appears today. And obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But in that same time, centuries of battling took place on the inside, did it not? Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply establishing a location was not sufficient. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to you.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside, so it was a great shock to me when the traveler reappeared. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You too have my thanks.
A, how are you?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer fights against.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. After all,
I only heard her voice. I'll be fine. It brought I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how she even factored my immature. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma, Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and...
It's rare to hear such comforting words.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to... Actually, no. Forget that.
We will have to end the frivolities there. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out after that. I will abolish.
Really?
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for I'm looking forward to it. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them. Abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. For example, I can foresee the outside world.
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientiously. I've only got a...
On. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the people, but now... I see that hers was a gaze full of...
If the people of the past deserved the god's attention...
Indeed. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. To put it bluntly, faced with an endless battle, I had to remain focused safe to say. Were it not for my previous... And through it all, many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. It's not only the monsters that I am worried about.
That's a tough one, all right.
Since you clearly understand, many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
Yai Miko. Some words are not to be passed, trust me. You don't want to know the cost of betraying me.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Ooh.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Many challenges still lie ahead.
We haven't been to the Yai Publishing House in a while. Paimon wonders if they have any new books in. The one we read with A that time was pretty cool.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a ton of Mora.
But the exam's next week. If I fail again, I'm seriously done for.
It's just an exam.
What are they arguing about? It's quite a...
Huh? Real? You need but stand on this land at midnight, lower your head and recite a special incantation, then your wish will come true. Looks like you guys really aren't in the loop. This, my friend...
A wish ritual, right? Even Paimon knows that's just...
I didn't believe it at first either. It's this guy called Kunihiko. He's practically always been unemployed. Wait, I heard it directly from him. He used this wishing ritual.
His whole bed was filled with...
Of course, I'm sure the part about waking up, whether you believe it or not, it's not exact.
If you're still feeling skeptical, just ask...
Really? Well, come on! Let's go... Well, if it really is true, then just think of all the... Closer inspection, it seems like there really are a lot of people talking about this kind of stuff. Hey, see those two? Paimon remembers them from the Yai Publishing House. One's an editor and the other's an author.
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear like the light of the moon. As close as kin with you. No, thou. Wait, thee? Hear my summons, right?
No, it's not hear my summons, it's heed my summons. Heed! You're never going to get it down at this rate.
Hey! What are you guys up to?
Whoa! Sheesh, you scared me! Okay. Where did I leave off with the incantation again?
Incantation? Are you guys trying out this new wishing ritual stuff too?
Junkichi is trying it out, to be specific. He's hit a bit of a creativity block recently, so I'm helping him make a wish so that he can move past it. I mean, I obviously don't, but Junkichi never listens to an outside opinion, so all I can do is go along with it.
Mr. Shigeru, can you please be a little more accommodating? This is extremely important to me. People have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick, ace their studies. I'm just a poor, struggling writer looking to get over a creative hurdle. Is that so much to ask? Anyway, I just know this is going to work. I have a gut feeling about it.
Didn't you say the same thing when you went to make your wish at the Grand Narukami Shrine? Oh, I just know this is gonna work. I have a gut feeling about it.
The Omamori from the shrine take too long to have any effect on your luck. All right, enough of that. Help me get this incantation down. My new book depends on it.
Look, to be completely honest, I think you need to sit down and have a good think about what kind of story you want to write. Where's all that self-confidence you had when you first started out? Look at you now, trying dubious methods from any old light novel.
Wait. What? This wishing ritual comes from a light novel?
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. No, it's most likely a self-published title. It just appeared out of nowhere and took Inazuma by storm. As a fellow writer, I'll refrain from passing comment on how well the story is written, but everyone is saying the wishing incantations it contains are the real deal.
Look, Junkichi, yes, everyone's saying it's real, it works, but that's only half the story. I've also heard lots of people saying that everyone who's had their wish granted using this method starts behaving strangely.
What's so surprising about that? They're probably just giddy with joy at having their wish come true.
This is starting to sound a little suspicious. Why don't we go to the Grand Narukami Shrine and ask Yai Miko about it? She's the expert when it comes to both light novels and the supernatural.
Please speak to President.
Miko! Great, you're here!
Well, hello there, young ones. What brings you to the shrine? It just so happens that I have a wonderful novel here. I highly recommend it. Oh? Well, what did you want to ask?
Well, we were just... actually, you look kind of busy. Is this a bad time?
No, not at all. It's nothing major.
Lady Guji, what do you mean, nothing major? I'm begging you, you've got to help me save my brother.
It really is nothing major. I stand by that. Oh, but since you're so curious, let's have him relate the story one more time, just for you.
You two seem to have a good relationship with Guji-ai. Please, put in a good word for me. You have to convince her to help my brother. Here's what happened. My name is Kato Yohei, and my brother is Kato Shingo. All he's ever wanted is to become a swordmaster, so he once asked Sensei Domon of the Meikyo Shisui art to take him on as a disciple. Domon turned him away. Took one look at him and said he didn't have what it takes to train in the art of the sword. But my brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could, and finally proved himself by defeating one of Domon's best disciples in a duel recently. But since his victory, he's been acting extremely strange. It's like he's become a completely different person. The doctors can't find anything wrong with him, so I'm betting it must be the work of an evil spirit. That's why I'm here, begging for Guji Yai's help.
You know, there really aren't as many evil spirits lurking around as you seem to think. Your brother achieved the goal he'd been striving toward for as long as he can remember, and now it's gone. It's only natural that he feels a little empty and lost while he's trying to find a new direction. If it were me, I'd just leave him be for a couple of days. He'll recover on his own soon enough.
No, Lady Guji. If you saw him for yourself, you'd know. I guarantee you he's not acting like someone who feels empty and lost.
Oh, all right. Then tell me, when did your brother spar with Domon's disciple?
About 5 days ago.
5 days ago, you say?
Yes, Lady Guji. That's a long time for him to be acting up like this. I'm really worried about him. Our greatest wish is to one day found our own school, just like Domon. We can't jeopardize that dream now.
Wait a minute, now I'm a little confused. Are you here to save your brother, or are you here to make your dreams of founding a martial arts school come true?
Well, they're kinda two sides of the same coin, aren't they?
Whatever. Let me ask you this. Have you heard of any interesting new rumors lately? If so, I'd love to hear about them.
What? Rumors? I haven't heard anything.
Oh dear. Well, that's too bad.
Lady Guji, please stop changing the subject. This is someone's life we're talking about here. Please, you've gotta help me.
Miko, he seems really desperate. This thing with his brother sounds really bad. Come on, you should help him.
Okay, fine. Then it's decided.
Yay, Miko!
Kato, whatever your name was, these two guests are trusted acquaintances.
Yeah!
Is that hesitation that I detect in your voice? So let me get this.
Not at all, never. Whatever Lady Guji says, I trust wholeheartedly. Thank you two for your willingness to help. Please follow me.
Now hold on a hot second, Miko. We may be a lot of things, but we ain't...
Don't worry. If he wants an exorcism, just grab... It's a common trope in light novels, right? You just have to have a bit of bravado. As soon as the Well, you were the ones who seemed concerned about it. Besides, we both know you wouldn't be here at the grand...
This feels all wrong.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let's follow you. What is going on here? Granted, you can never be... Well, a life's at stake here, so it looks like we'll have to deal with that first before we'll get the chance to ask her about the incantation stuff.
How strange. My brother's...
Meditating?
Yeah, it's something that he suddenly started doing after defeating... But that's not important right now. Where the heck...
This does pose a bit of a problem. Kato, whatever your name was, given the circumstance...
Okay. Okay, got it. I'm on it.
Miko, what about us?
No need. While What's-His-Face is handling...
Hello, sir. We'd like to ask you about...
Oh, are you debt collectors? Yohei said to tell you not to worry. He'll be...
Huh? Deck? But, it's a...
Well, yes. I don't think there's any disputing that.
Huh? But Yohei said his...
That's true, yes. Shingo begged Domon to take him on, and eventually, he finally relented. In the end, Domon had had enough and kicked him out. But Shingo was resentful about it.
Wait, what?
Oh, how interesting. We heard a slightly different version.
Yohei said that? That Shingo train... Yohei did tell me about Shingo winning the fight, but I took it with a grain of salt.
Hey there, we've come to ask you about...
Oh, you mean Shingo?
Yeah, we heard that Shingo...
Yes, it's true.
We're not here to sign up.
Well, you've come to the right person. Actually, I thought it was a joke when I first heard that Shingo was going to challenge a disciple of the Meikyo Shisui. The way he handled his blade, it was like flowing water. Mesmerizing to watch.
Is Shingo real?
Yep, he seemed pretty euphoric after winning the duel, too.
Any other details to share? We've heard that Shingo has been behaving rather out of character since the...
I'd definitely say that he has more energy than he used to. In the past, he never used to... But just yesterday, for example, I saw him cutting down trees for the village head.
Quite...
Things got weird after that, though. The village head brought out some tofu for him, and he just flipped out.
Lady Guji, esteemed I found my brother.
Oh, as much as I'd prefer to stay in...
Look over there. That's him at the waterfall.
This is Yohei's brother. Hey, listen!
Woo! Can you found your own school? Ha! So I can't take any more. I'm gonna... Yohei.
Did you hear that? All the nonsense...
Huh? Who?
He stood up! And...
No.
What do we do? Miko, think of something!
Oh, poor Yohei. Your brother's life is hanging in the balance, and he's The way it looks to me is that Shingo...
I don't know what to tell you.
You don't know. But Yohei, I suggest you think... your brother is your... And yet...
But...
As you wish. But after Shingo dies, you'll be next. It's futile trying to escape. Anywhere in the world you run to, it...
All right, I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. Yes, that's it. The one that's all the rage right. Just like the book after my brother wished to become a swordmaster, because if that happens, it...
So then, why'd you...
Well, because with the way he's acting now, I was worried. So I was thinking that...
Stop deluding yourself. These newfound sword...
You're right.
All right, then. Your turn now, my little friend. Toss the salt, and then draw your sword.
What is
that? It's the...
See that? That's what you summoned. And look, now that Shingo's no use, it's coming straight for you.
Save me!
Miko, he fainted!
We do nothing but you, little one. Just a...
Ooh, come on.
He's coming! Be careful!
Gather!
Remove.
Everybody stand back!
Illusion shattered.
This is order.
Shadows of...
And you!
There is no escape.
I haven't felt this great in a long, long time.
word. But, well, Paimon sure is confused.
We can talk about it later.
Shingo, are you alright?
Yohei, I had the weirdest. I dreamed that I wasn't a useless loser with a sword, and I thought we could finally. I was terrified.
Shingo, we shouldn't have made that wish. We summoned a spirit.
Yes, and had we not come to your rescue, your life would have been over before too much longer.
Thank you, Lady Guji.
All right, take him to get some rest. He's very weak. He will experience a high fever, but it won't be fatal. At this point, I would normally lecture you on the dire consequences.
Yes, we understand now.
Thank you, Lady We'll be on our...
Miko, would they really have... And if so, why the heck were you so...
Oh, they would have been fine. I had to scare them a little, though.
So...
You saw it all for yourselves. I'm sure you can figure out what kind of spirit had possessed him, can't you?
Paimon!
Correct. Although it possessed Shingo, it didn't have any ill intentions.
Fair enough.
Tossing salt caused it to temporarily leave Shingo's body. Then, you exhausted its strength. Even if we'd done nothing at all, Shingo would have eventually become too weak for his body to host the spirit. Of course, it would have been more stressful for Shingo and Yohei that way.
Whew. Well...
All right, seems like we've wrapped up everything here.
Hold on, Miko. You say everything's wrapped...
Oh, you mean that they got the incantation from...
Actually, that book's the whole reason we came looking...
Human beings don't have powers like us yokai. It's quite understandable for them to be interested in...
That's not the point. The problem is that the incantations in the book...
Even then, humans only have so much strength. Even if they...
But who wrote this book? And why? What do you think, Traveler? Well, when you put it that way...
Lady Yai!
Kuroda, what are...
I'm here to report on Yai Publishing House's sales for the last month. Oh.
Let me see. What? We're losing market share?
Yes. Overall bestseller, readers' favorite, and trending. One book is topping the charts.
Both of you, back here now!
Miko? What is it?
Things just got serious. A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is an all-round hit, summarily beating the novels of the Yai Publishing House by every analysis. Just what is that supposed to mean? I worked extremely hard to promote... I have to come up with a counterplan. And
Huh? How is this our problem?
Paimon, please. Who wrote this book and why? Oh, am I to take it that the safety of the people of Inazuma...
Wait! What just happened?
Nothing's wrong, okay? Come on. I'm going to head back and make some preparations.
We're here. So what's your plan of action to deal with this rival book?
Why, I'll give you a hint. It's to do with the Yai Publishing House.
Oh, Paimon knows! Combine the...
Oh, wow. You're... wrong.
Yeah!
A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is the hottest light in bending over backwards trying to warn everyone about the dangers.
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty...
Leaving aside the issue of the enormous manpower and resource...
But that means there's...
Well, I've read a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. The book contains many ancient kaiden, or tales... I think we're going to have... That's right. How do you get rid... So what we're going to do is smash our rivals' sales numbers and win... Incidentally, this will also be the best way...
Wait, Miko. So you want us...
Well, becoming an accomplished novelist certainly isn't an I did say this is what we're going to do. Anyway, there is a writer's submission event going on at the moment. I'll be at Uyu Restaurant. Find me there when you're done. I will...
Everything's going smoothly, just as I planned.
The key to a successful when to use good illustrations can make up. There's a saying that light novels are the illustrations in a first-hand guide to summoning.
I've been reading light novels for a long time now. I'm mainly these days, though, everyone seems to be imitating each other. Most of the time, the only recent book worth mentioning it, not only is it a good story, but the descriptions are really true to life.
I'll be honest. I read light. In most traditional stories, the protagonist used. By contrast, there's this popular light novel at the moment. The protagonist is a kitsune who has not only mastered the secret art of incantation.
There's much more to light novels than Paimon realized. Let's go tell our findings to Yae Miko.
There you are. Let me introduce you've already met Junkichi and Shigeru. Shigeru is an experienced editor, and Junkichi is the author he's partnered with. Satomi is Yae Publishing House's ace in the hole. Her specialty is that she can write all kinds of completely different stories, and they will be teaming up with us to collectively create the novel.
Uh-huh.
Now then, tell me what you found out about readers' preference. All very true. An original core concept, a fast pace, more importantly than that, even though it's a work of fiction, we have...
Paimon followed pretty much all of that. For example, we know we need an original core...
Before you can take a first-hand guide to summoning spirits, for example. When I read it, as a traveler, there must be a great many things you know that are complete
Oh, right! So maybe we can take... but that would make it a completely...
Not at all. You don't have to worry so much, as long as the core content...
Alright, let's start with Chapter 1 then. What are you thinking? This sounds like a great one! Let's see here. The protagonist with the help of human... Well, that was an unexpected development. What?
Out of a maximum of... The story certainly goes in an unorthodox direction.
What the heck?
Good job, little one. You're not only drawing on your own experiences, but it seems... Thoughts from the experts? Are we able to work...
Yeah, we think it works.
That's good. Okay, we're done with Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2.
Huh? Won't that...
Readers will devour your content a lot more quickly than you... Hurry, Chapter 2, let's go.
What's wrong with you? You don't look so good.
What a pity. I thought your beginners...
Before it came to what?
The bane of our existence.
Sounds awful.
When this happens, the best thing you can do... boss, get me a plate of fried tofu, and... Don't worry, this is my treat.
Your treat? Oh, wait a minute.
Of course, everyone that takes part...
Alright, cool. Then let's press on, shall... Oh! Does this mean your inspirations come back? Let's see now. The protagonist arrives in Liyue, and with the help of the...
I give it a 9.8. The story is fun and action-packed with no dark undertones. Also, I, for one, think there's a sizable market for this. Approved.
Alright, well, let's just hope...
Great. Well, now...
Leave it to me, Lady Yae.
Let's write about Inazuma in the 3rd chapter, shall we? I can help with this one. We can use the Vision Hunt Decree or your experience in the Resistance. Any ideas?
When the Vision Hunt Decree comes out of nowhere, find out how...
I think it's rather good. A lot of people still like one thing, though. We'll need to let's change it to... the Mysterious Lady...
Whoa. So we...
I suppose so.
Are we done then? Do you really...
The content is fine. Now I will contact an artist to make some illustrations. I'm positive they will be at least as good as those in a first. She runs a regular Q&A column in that. You're free to take a break while the creative team is doing their work, but please go by the Yai Publishing.
That's just like Erika, always refining her craft.
Welcome to Uyu Restaurant. Please talk to me when you want to order.
Miss Hina doesn't usually do endorsements, but since it's Lady Guji that's asking, we'll see what we can do. With Miss Hina getting so popular lately, but Miss Hina's not interested. Maybe that's why her fans like her. May your light novel sell well.
We'll do our best.
Are you sure you'd like to submit this entry? Let me see. The Miraculous Adventure...
What a strange pen name. Definitely...
What do you mean, strange? It took a lot...
We'll get this printed as a matter of priority and conduct...
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting a little nervous now.
That's right. Be confident in your work.
Okay, then I'll sign you up. Thank you all for your submission. I wish you... You've all found good news, everyone. I just received word that your light novel is flying off the shelves.
Woohoo!
This level of success is an amazing accomplishment for a new work. Most new books don't sell 30%. I have free copies for each of you here. Please take them. The payment will follow.
Oh, yeah! The whole reason why we made this... We sold a lot of copies.
Shh. Listen to what the people around us...
Hey, guys. Have you heard about this latest Kaidan thing doing the rounds? You just need to recite the incantation. Oh, that? That's a throwback. That's old news, man. No one's talking about that anymore. The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune is the new hit thing. I've already memorized... The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune? What's that?
You haven't read it yet? Okay, so supposedly, I heard that the they actually had to... That proves that...
Really? Well, I better go and prepare too.
Well, feeling less...
Wow, you're right! But... What's this move? Hyman doesn't remember that detail from the brainstorming.
This is something that will become very important to...
There's a phase 2?
Of course. Behind every book that hits the mark.
Oh, yeah. If we leave him to his own devices, he might just. Also, we still need to figure.
Exactly. That's what we need to take care of next. Fortunately, I've already managed to identify. But when we went to ask him about it, he had no recollection whatsoever of having written the book. Yes, this is another case of possession. After his novel submission failed, he was walking aimlessly in Araumi. In frustration.
But the spirit that wrote the book has already left.
Simple. It wrote a summoning incantation in the book, didn't it? And you, my little friend, are the perfect candidate for this role. Oh, what are you talking?
Miko, what?
The ideal spot for a little meet and greet with a certain elusive author.
Really? But it feels.
What are you so afraid of, honestly?
Paimon's heart is pounding. Hey! What? Paimon. What a weird painting. Miko, do you know what it's supposed to show?
Probably.
It's a good piece of artwork and all. Looks like the artist.
Let's go inside and take a look.
It's my lucky day.
Stabilize!
Shine down!
Right now. Emerge. Right here.
Fall before me! Solidify! Order guide you!
Teamwork is strength! Inazuma shines eternal!
This battle.
Wow, this place is huge! Hey, is that a mirror? There's a really weird-looking stool as well. Wonder what it's for.
Ah, I see. This setup is quite handy. Saves me a lot of work. All right, go and take a look around. There should be a mechanism somewhere that makes the whole room move.
Illusion shattered! Shine down!
Solidify! Stabilize!
I will have order!
Decided by destiny! Let me scream! Let's light it up! Going in!
There is no escape!
Stabilize!
Show them. Emerge. Right here. Nothing lasts forever.
You win.
Right now.
Solidify!
Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion! There is no escape!
Let's get down to business!
Stabilize!
Delve into destiny, written in the star. Teamwork is strength!
This is order!
Quake!
Let's light it up!
Solidify!
Now you shall perish!
It's over! Fall before me! Fall before me!
Illusion shattered!
Whoa. It's the painting we just saw! It's turning this way along with the whole wall! It's getting eerier and scarier!
Okay. Next, I will show you a secret kitsune spell. This painting is a swift summoning medium, which the murky mirror reflects the view of Inazuma in a bygone age. Spirits stirred by the sight of the past will be easily drawn to it. You're up next, little one. Come on, sit yourself down here. Yes. The whole point of a summoning ritual is for a dead person's spirit to possess a living person's body. You saw what happened to that Oni samurai spirit. After leaving the host's body, he was only able to maintain his form for a very short time before disappearing.
Are we positive that summoning a spirit to possess...
Oh, you really care about the little one quite a lot, don't you? I'm a little jealous. I wish my friends were caring like that. Anyway, are you scared, little friend? Don't you? Sit on the chair, stare at the painting, and relax your body and mind. Try and be natural. There's really no need to be nervous.
It's like she's sitting inside the painting. Huh? Is Paimon seeing things? Did the painting just move?
Recite the incantation in your heart, little one. Also, you'll need to have some intense thoughts going through your head. A wish, for example. Now, what kind of wish do we think it would take to summon forth the author of... Very good. The wish needs to be heartfelt, though, so let me help. The book is selling exceptionally well, Traveler, but we're going to need an outline for Chapter 4.
The painting is moving again! What the...
I never thought the day would come when I'd be summoned using my own ritual. Getting a taste of my own medicine. What have we here? Another budding writer? What's come over you all? Why is everyone wishing for help with their writing? Are novels so popular in this day and age?
We got you! So you are the one who wrote a first-hand guide to summoning spirits! What are you trying to do, Why'd you put that summoning incantation in the book, huh? What's your game here?
Huh? What's this? Oh, I see. No wonder this felt so familiar. I've walked right into your trap, haven't I? You ask me what my game is here? Well, of course. It was to use this incantation as a means for all the souls of the departed yokai to make their glorious return to the world and plunge all of Inazuma into a brutal, bloody war.
What? Paimon knew it! You had an evil plan all along!
Oh, did you now? Then how naive of you to let me possess this body so easily. I sense... yes, great power within her. Good. Good! With this power, no one shall be able to stand in my way!
Wake up! Quick! Wake up! We gotta stop him!
It is futile. You shall never wake her again. This body now belongs to me!
Hey, come on, wake up, Miko! You're laughing?
Oh, Rakusai, you haven't changed a bit. You caught on so quickly. Too perfect.
Well, you made the face enough times that I couldn't exactly miss the hint. This is what you were going for, yes? Never one to look what you've done to this little flying one here.
You were having plenty of fun playing the bad guy.
Rakusai? Miko!
Yes, we do, of course.
Allow me to formally introduce the author of A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, Urakusai. No, wait. To be more accurate, it's Urakusai's memory.
Memory? But isn't he a spirit?
Ah, spirits, memories. They're just different words to describe the same thing. Something that comes from the ley lines.
Do you remember that recent incident when the Rift Hounds were gnawing at the sacred Sakura's roots? You witnessed human memories leaking from the ley lines, didn't you? Well, since there are human memories, of course there are going to be yokai memories too. In life, yokai possess supernatural powers, and even when they are a shadow of their former selves from a bygone era, they still have the ability to control whether they are visible or not. Typically, yokai memories survive longer in the world than those of humans.
Indeed, indeed. I was wandering around the sacred Sakura's roots when I suddenly heard someone yelling, "Please, someone, anyone, help me write a truly amazing novel." It piqued my curiosity, so I popped inside his body and wrote a novel for him.
So that's how it happened. But why did you include a summoning incantation in the novel?
Oh, little one. Not to toot my own horn here, but when I was alive, I wasn't just another kitsune, no. I was a mighty and powerful Daiuko. The memories of other yokai can't possess human bodies at will like I can. But with this incantation, they can go one last little joyride in the world for a couple of days. Anything they're still itching to do, they can go and get it done.
But...
She's trying to say that all the commotion this causes is likely to be a great disturbance to the humans.
Disturbance? I guess you mean that we might leave them with some broken dreams after we leave, hmm? Oh, yes. And they might have a fever or whatever. But you know, I actually think that the most admirable thing about human beings is the way that they go. As for those who would rather draw on external power than seek to improve them. So when you think about it, we're actually doing the human...
Yeah.
All right, then.
What are you scared of, little one? Don't be deceived by her day-to-day antics. Miko is actually one of the most powerful yokai out there.
Not only that, Urakusai, but my latest work has beaten that book you wrote, A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits.
Of course. You were never one to make extra work for yourself where you can help it. And yet you went to all these lengths. You were always the one to pick a quarrel with me when we all used to gather around. All right. You win,
I finally get to hear you say it,
I remember when you were just a little girl, always hanging off my shoulders. A few hundred years later...
Oh, Urakusai.
Not much. That goes for all of us, actually. We've all got to go back where everyone's quite content in many ways, but they still can't help but ask.
Don't you? When my bell rings, it means the moonless night is a...
Great. Miko, it's been nice catching up, but I'd better conserve my energy if I want to stick it out until then. So, I'll be on my way now.
All right. Goodbye then, Urakusai.
One last thing, Miko.
I've been great, of course. Especially these days. Not only do I have my light novel, and even A is finally starting to come to her senses.
Oh, well, great.
Urakusai, you'd be right at home. A great storyteller and artist like yourself would be the Yai Publishing House's ace in the hole. And I would...
He disappeared. Are you awake? How are you feeling?
Are you all there? Here, like last time, repeat after me. Oh, you beat me to it. Look, so, your first possession, What was it like? Good. Hearing Rakusai admit defeat has put me in the most wonderful mood. In return, it's only fair that, yes, though they only represent a tiny proportion of the Since you've come this far, why don't you do one
You cannot be serious! You guys
Aw, come on. I'm really only asking you to-
Paimon paycheck? Well, there's no way out now.
Well, hello there, my little helpers. So nice of you to join me. You're right on time, too.
As if we had a choice. We just want our paychecks. So, Miko, what exactly do we have to do to make this Hyakyako happen? Also, to be clear, we actually have no idea what it even means.
It might sound ominous, but to put it simply, the Hyakyako is just a gathering of the yokai. Back in the day at yokai gatherings, once everyone had had plenty to drink, one by one they'd start soaring into the sky with their yokai powers. There were so many of them that their silhouettes would block out the moon. But now, the yokai memories that leak from the ley lines are weak. They are no longer able to fly. So I will be performing a convocation ritual for them, gathering all the wandering memories together in one place. When the time comes, they will gather in the sky above the Grand Narukami Shrine. Once their energy is spent, they will be satisfied, and all the preparations for the ritual have actually been made well in advance. Remember—
Oh, yeah! Something about reciting the—
That's the one. Actually, it's not a wish-granting incantation at all. When that time comes, let's all pitch in and help send them on their— I will start the ritual preparations shortly. First, tell the Shrine Maiden during the Hyakyako, a whole swarm of yokai memories will be hanging around in the air above the Grand Naru. After that, I will commence the ritual, and the memories will begin to congregate. The memories are normally dispersed and don't pose a threat. They may see this as an opportunity to try and make it—
All right, got it.
Well, if at that point you felt like coming to the shrine—
Okay, let's get going.
Descend the mountain?
Yep, Miko said the ritual she's gonna perform—
I see.
We'll be taking care of a couple other things for her.
It seems like Lady Guji places— Lady Guji's never allowed anyone else to be in her Thank you for helping with—
Don't worry, Miko's about to start the ritual. Come on, let's go deal with the monsters down the mountain. These monsters look really riled up. Yep, let's get rid of them. All right, here they come.
There's no escape!
Gather! Order guide you!
Everybody stand! Decided by destiny!
Illusion shattered! Inazuma shines eternal!
Get down to business.
Shine down!
Stabilize!
I will have order.
There's so many of them! Come on, you can do it!
Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion!
Train harder.
Alright, that's the last of the monsters. How far along do you think the rich... So many! They're everywhere! Huh?
Yes, the memories of the yokai. They haven't been able to relax and soar through the air like this for a long time. Come with me. You all right, little one? You look a little nervous.
It's just... Paimon's never seen anything like this before! Whoa, they've really blocked out the moon!
It does look a little intimidating, doesn't it? But I know them. They may be loud and brash at times, but they are good and brave souls. Even after losing their lives in a brutal war, they have never given in to grief or despair. Alas, their time is short. It's a feast, and all feasts come to an end. Since you're sorry to see them leave, why don't you do the recital along with me? O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment, in reverence I perform this rite.
In reverence I perform this rite.
To be a guiding light.
Says, recite the secret spells of Lady Kitsune tonight, and our wishes will come true.
O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment.
I perform this rite to be a guiding light. Your unrivaled power will be honored eternally.
Murakusai, you asked if I was doing well. Really, every day is a happy day for me. But watching you all leave now, I can't help but feel a little lonely. Just a little, of course. Just as I thought, the ritual went very smoothly. Thank you both. Oh, I'm great.
But the look on your face just now...
I'm fine, seriously. Really, No.
Miko...
Fine. Well, if you're dead set on doing something for me, you can treat me to a meal.
Sure, no problem. A meal it is.
Okay. Well, see.
Today is the day we agreed to treat Miko to a meal. The venue is Uyu Restaurant.
Oh, the wait is unbearable. How is the next chapter of the miraculous adventures of the Traveler not released yet?
It was quite a surprise when the moonless night finally came.
Yeah, that huge black cloud over Mount Yogo that night. It just seemed to form out of nowhere.
But then nothing happened after I made a wish using the method in that book.
Yeah. I guess light novels are just fiction after all, huh?
That night was definitely the nail in the coffin for the incantations from novels fad. Still, something tells me the miraculous adventures of the Traveler will remain an interesting series for a long time to come.
Huh? Paimon can't see Miko anywhere. Guess she's not out here. Maybe she went inside already. Let's head in and look for her.
Ah, my little friends. There you are.
Miko, what is this? You started eating without us?
I did, yes. You're paying, after all. The thought of being able to eat the most expensive... Ah, boss, see these two faces here?
Alrighty.
What's gotten into you? Come on, you have to try this fish. It's found exclusively in the waters around Seirai Island. Or maybe you'd rather try this? If you don't drink alcohol, that's fine too. They're all...
Last time we were here working on the novel...
Strange. I remember no... Oh, so what? You did offer to treat me to a...
Miko, this meal is going to...
Oh, don't you worry about that.
Darn it! She tricked us into this! Miko was after our Mora from the...
Oh, by the way, since nobody's wishes came true on the so you'll have to come up with something new for the next chapter. The deadline is looming.
Welcome to Uyu Restaurant. Please talk to me if you want to order.